Good morning, bedheads. Click. Hashtag you're super. We got to create our own magic, don't we? We definitely do. I got some stories for you today. Holy schmoly. I hope you're doing well. If you're new here, hi, I'm Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. This is one little segment I do on the channel is just coffee with Karen in the morning. In fact, I have two I'm going to do today because I am going to separate them to talk about spirituality or life or whatever in one. And if I ever have anything to talk about F45, which I think is hilarious that we're calling them F45 now, which stands for Felon 45, I think. I'm sorry, it's F47, F47. So we're calling them F47 now. So I'm going to get on board with that. But I will do a separate video if I ever have anything to talk about that, in case people don't want to listen. Okay. So the other bit of news is that I'm not 100% sure we're going to go live tonight, as earlier reported in the channel, because we did figure out, and I think a couple people have been trying to tell us that it's the Wi-Fi is the issue, that we're having the blurriness and stuff when I go live. And so I've got to resolve the Wi-Fi issue in my house. I might be able to have that resolved today. I'm not 100% sure. If not, we're going to go live on Sundays. We're going to start going live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central and every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central for a while. We'll see how that goes. Okay. And in the community tab, I'm going to put topics, 2 topics typically. I'm going to try this for a little while, and then you guys can vote on what you want to have the topic be. Now, if it's a split even, it might be split even. I don't know. I'll have to go in and look. Then we'll just pick one and do the next one, the one that's split the next time. So, okay. So, yeah, last night, my husband and I walking, we were, we haven't been going for very many walks, but it was quite warm yesterday. It was probably like 47, a little windy, but I thought, well, we better get out there. And it was like 8:45, which normally, so yeah, I waited like all day to go for a walk. Well, we walk out and, it's one of those like weird timing things where you're like, why, because he had to like go back and get a scarf, and then so I waited for him and I was out, so this whole timing thing, right? You know how you're at the right place at the right time? I always like to assume it's the right place, right time, not wrong place, wrong time, So we look up and I'm not kidding you. There was an aircraft flying above our place, pretty low, very quiet, okay? And it was an aircraft. So, and I'm going to tell you why, because now I see on our news that it was seen in Chicago, it was seen in Wisconsin, okay? There were things seen, so people have it on camera. We didn't have it on camera, unfortunately. It went above our, kind of the speed, I think, of maybe a little slower than a plane, maybe like the speed of a small plane, but it had, so I drew a picture of it when I got home. I drew a picture right here because it didn't have wings. And we, both of us saw, I'll tell you. So both of us saw like an aircraft type of thing, but we were so focused on this back end, the way that this gold was flying back like this. And he said he was really focused on the fact that it was sparking coming out of here. It's so hard to do this when you're on camera. Okay. Those coming out of the sides here, I put sparks. So he said he was so focused on the fact that, because he even said, he's like, is that thing gonna, because it was sparking on the sides. But all I could see, and I was like, what is that? Like, it was just like gold. It was like floating gold, basically. And so then somebody did, I captured a picture from the news here. I'll show you. So it was similar to this, which looks like a meteor, right? Or something flying. But what we saw, and it was like right above our heads. This picture that they took was much further away than what we saw. And I mean, it was right above our heads. It was probably like a house or two up, you know? And then it flew above, unfortunately, it flew over trees, so then we couldn't watch it for that long. But our neighbor saw it too because we pointed, I saw some neighbors sitting on their balcony. I think they were smoking some. And I think that's what they do. But they smoke it on their balcony, which is nice, I think, for the other neighbors. I don't know. Um, Anyways, I looked up because I saw them up there and I was like, did you see that? You guys see that? And they're like, what is that? So it wasn't just us and it wasn't just me, thank goodness. What I love about it, okay, so now, like I sent that to my friends last night, and one of my friends, her husband's a rocket scientist, like literally creates rockets. So he's an engineer, but he creates rockets. So I said, hey, ask your husband, I'm about to say his name, ask your husband what this is. Well, anyway, so then one of my other friends saw it on the news, so she sent that clip, and she said, oh, it's probably space junk, is what they call it, space junk. And I was like, this wasn't space junk. This was an aircraft. This was definitely an aircraft. 100%, 1,000%. Like I literally saw it with my own eyes. So, and it didn't have any wings. It was kind of rectangular, but it had some lights on it. But again, my husband and I were so focused on what was coming off the back of it, and it was silent. Like I wrote stealth-like, low, silent, and stealth-like. So he saw the sparks. I didn't see any sparks because again, the stuff coming off the back, which did look like that image, very gold-like, very gold-like. However, it wasn't solid like that, what we saw. It was like, and it was just gentle. It looked like it was just floating off the back. It wasn't smoke. It wasn't, it looked like glitter floating off the back. I'm not, I don't know. So we then walk around, and the whole time we're like looking up at the sky, like waiting for something else. And I love this because my husband is a huge thinker, not intuitive. Like it's just not his personality type, but just he's a sensor. So, and he doesn't discount what we talk about here on the channel at all, but he's not into it. He's like, okay, that's cool, but that's cool for you. So I think he got a little like, because I've been talking about the fifth dimension and stuff a little bit more since we're starting to read that book in the book club, in the Spirit Circle. And he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I said, I get it. Like, I know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But the more I read and the more I listen to other spiritual people and we are having conversations on here, the more I'm understanding, right? So that's just how it works. That's how education works. Anyway, so I think he got a little woo-woo last night. And I think he was like, oh. It was woo-woo. That was woo-woo last night. And the weird thing is I was so excited. Like I got super excited about it. I don't know why. Probably because of all the debacle going on in the US right now. But I got super excited about it. Like I got super excited about it that I got to see it, So, and that leads me to my next thing. So this is like the third day in a row now. Now, okay. if you're new here or whatever and you haven't heard me talking about this recently, so I do have, I can speak with my spirit guides through these dowsing rods. Okay, there's a start here. I have a start here playlist on the channel that you could go and watch some of the intro to that. Okay, and so at night I will do a session. I'm going to start doing more sessions with those at night. Okay, and I do about every other night. And when we do lives on the channel, we talk to the SGs, the spirit guides. So, but I've been saying that I want to develop more clairvoyance, or so that I think I do. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I just am kind of curious to see if I could tap into, because we all can, but I want to see if I can tap into having a more direct relation. Like, that's kind of direct, but I can only do yes and no questions, and I have to feed stuff out. And I was kind of looking at somebody's, I might get a pendulum grid. I have a pendulum that works for me too. And the pendulum grid, you could put like dates on it and all that kind of stuff. So that would be kind of cool. I might try that. But anyway, and I bought some Celestine rocks, crystals that are like baby blue. They're sitting on my mantle over there. So I have some Celestine rocks, which is celestial. They're supposed to help with the angelic connection. I also bought, this is all like recently, about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I also bought some moldavite, which is still sitting down in my basement because apparently, it really can change, like it really works on this enlightening stuff. So I've been slowly, like, it's just been sitting down there for a couple weeks. It's a little tiny piece like this. It's glass, if you don't know what it is. It apparently, like 15 million years ago in Germany, a meteor crashed onto the earth, and the stuff that flew up combined with the meteor turned into glass right away and then flew all over the place. And this is from the Czech Republic. Like, it went into the Czech Republic. Is that even what they call it anymore? It was then Czech Republic. Yeah. I get confused because it used to be Czechoslovakia when we were growing up. And then the Czech Republic. I was just there a year ago and Czech Republic. Anyway, so apparently it has huge transformation powers. And I guess it went kind of viral on social media a couple of years ago. So the price got quite expensive because it's limited. It's not unlimited. So there's only so much of this. And it's, because it came from another galaxy, apparently it has these real transformation powers. So I thought, okay, how fun is that? But I kept it downstairs. Maybe I'll move it up. Maybe I'll move it up today. Well, anyways, so the last 3 days, I've been reporting to you guys. So that thing last night to me was like the opportunity to see that, even though other people saw it, the synchronicity of us moving and seeing that outside, considering we haven't been going for walks at all, was kind of cool. So I consider that very synchronous. That was a synchronicity. It was a moment of that. And then 2 nights ago on the 27th, I saw that angel on my ceiling. I talked about that. And then last night I woke up. So this thing right here, see that little object? So I woke up last night. And again, it could be dreamlike or something, but I don't think so. Because I woke up and this little silver thing, it was shaped just like that, had a little angel in it. Okay. It was like a little silver token. Okay. It was like a charm, basically. And we've been talking about charms. I got a bunch of them over there. It was a little charm and it was floating like right here in front of me. Like, I woke up, I looked at it. I wasn't dreaming. I looked at it. It was floating like this. It was silver though. That looks more gray. Like this, the way I obviously don't have a silver. So it was silver and it had a little angel in it, colorful like that. It was green and pink and I just went, oh, hi. And then I went back to sleep. Or I said thank you or something like that. Or I got it. I don't know what I said. Anyways, this is why I have the create your own magic mug today. So I think things are stirring. I think, and that's why I decided in my bullet journal to do a dreams and visions. And I wrote that. It's weird that I wrote this. I had that first one. And then the vision, I was like, well, why am I putting visions? And then we saw that thing. And then last night I saw that. So it's like 3 days in a row. So it's kind of fun. But I do think that they're like, this is maybe how, because I've asked it to be done gently. Like, I don't want to have a bunch of anxiety because my body is trying to adjust to thinning the veil in front of me, you know? So because apparently there's a veil and we have amnesia when we come down here, which is why we don't remember where we're from. These are all things I've read. And what you're basically doing, the more you're working on your intuition, is my understanding, is you're thinning the veil, basically. You're raising your vibration. They have to lower their vibration so that we can communicate. So, and if you do it, I've asked them to do it kindly and gently. So this is a very kind and gentle way to do it. If this is it, like letting me see, especially while I'm sleeping, but I wake up and I'm aware. It's not scary, I did, and I actually have meditated for like 5 minutes twice this week. I don't meditate. It's just something I'd rather be doing something. And last night and I'll have another video on this, but last night I was not feeling very happy about stuff that was going on. And so I just decided, okay, I'm just going to meditate for like 5 minutes. And it really, like, I could see shapes. It was all purple, a little tiny green. So I know that the aura of our spirit guides is green, apparently. That's what the SGs have said. My SGs have said. But I saw purple, like shapes, And I felt like it was them, like trying to like get through, I don't know. What am I going to see is it always just going to be those shapes? I don't know. Am I actually going to see I keep asking to see my mom. Like, Mom, are you here? Are you here? So I don't know. Am I going to see her? Like actually what I saw her as a human? I have no idea. So you guys will have to tell me if you've had any experiences like that, or if you meditate and you see, what do you see? What are you seeing? So yeah, so I know there's definitely something communicating with me or trying to clear but anyways, kind of interesting. What's going on in your life? What kind of magic are you trying to create? Because we got to try to stay centered right now. We have got to try to stay centered right now, don't we? Yikes. Okay, have an amazing day, and I will maybe see you in the next Coffee with Karen, unless it's going to take you off of center. But I'm going to just be talking about what I think he's up to right now, which helps me stay centered when I can see the big picture. But if it takes you off center, then just enjoy this Coffee with Karen and move on with your day. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.